Exploring the report. The report has the following sections: the general properties and the results for each part of the silo. Remember that the values for the unity checks should not be greater than 1. This is how you can tell if you need to adjust something in your silo, for example, laminate thickness. Let's start with the general property section. Here, we have information about the geometry. Next, we go to information on the overview of the cover. You can start again with checking out the geometry, then the critical loads, and then results from the unity check, which is results in terms of strength, strain, and stability. Next, we can check out the results for the cylinder, which includes the geometry and the critical loads per section. These results are presented in terms of thickness, strength, strain, and stability, both of a full silo and of an empty silo. PZ, down here, refers to the critical vacuum and the external pressure for radial stability. As with the crown, we have to check out the unity checks, which are done in terms of strength, strain, and stability. Remember, in order for this calculation to be finished and correct, the unity checks should not be greater than 1. So this is something we'll have to check out later. But let's continue on to the bottom of our silo. We're going to check out the geometry. See it right here. The critical loads right here. And the unity checks, again, in terms of strength, strain, and stability. The same goes for the skirt with the geometry, the critical loads, and the unity check, which is right here, but it also includes the dedicated thickness. And lastly, for anchoring, which also shows the geometry, the critical loads, and a unity check. For critical loads here, you can see the tensile strength per anchor and the bearing strength in case of bolts, and the unity check in case of a connection laminate. Remember, all unity checks should be below 1. So now that we've explored the parts of the report, let's imagine that we have some values that are not acceptable for the unity checks, which we do, if you remember up here, since it's greater than 1. If we want to fix this, we can actually click on this Optimize button here. This will optimize the laminate thicknesses so that your construction will meet all of the necessary requirements. So let's click Optimize. Now we can check our unity checks again. And notice that it's fixed, that now it is acceptable. Now that we've checked all of our unity checks to make sure that everything is below 1, we know that our report will now pass the necessary required codes. So based on this report, we have the calculations necessary to produce a silo or generate an accurate cost calculation. Congratulations, you've now learned how to calculate a silo in Amphora.